So over to the group. Do you have any questions for Donna? Any thoughts? Anyone want to share? Very powerful presentation. Over to you guys. Candice and then Joelle.
Hi, Donna. It's very nice to meet you. And I'd like to thank you for sharing such a powerful story and journey that you've been through in your life. And
is Candice gone? Okay, we'll go over to Joelle.
Candice disappeared.
Yeah, and then we'll come back to Candice. Go ahead, Joelle.
Sounds like the same person. We have the same voice. So this is Joelle now. But yeah, thank you so much for sharing your message as well. Sorry, I need to fix my camera. Thank you so much for sharing your message with us. And definitely resonated with me a lot, especially in terms of like the parental domestic violence, like within the home and stuff. And I was thinking it's just good that parents can actually just be vulnerable and speak about like their trauma and also their challenges, because I feel like as parents, especially mothers, there's so much pressure on us to just be perfect and get it right, and there's pressure from the school and there's pressure from these guys and those guys, and it's nice to just have an open conversation where we could just be real about the challenges we're facing. But what I wanted to ask you is, as an adult, what your relationship is like now with your parents, and whether they have sort of had that discussion with you, or is it something that you're just kind of a journey you're working on with your own children, or are your parents included in your journey and your recovery?
Thanks for that. I think it's a bit of both. I haven't had sort of a conversation as such with my parents, especially not my dad, because he's not able, like neither of them have done any work on themselves. So they wouldn't, you know, I don't think they wouldn't even understand, you know, the damage or the trauma that they've caused. I think maybe my mum has a bit, and I think her way of making amends to me was taking care of my children when I got help. But my dad today, I think, where I constantly sought his acceptance and his love, and I just never felt like I was good enough. Today, we don't talk anymore. You know, that's his choice. You know, I asked him not to mention my mum anymore, and he decided not to talk to me anymore because he hasn't got that control over me. And I know that I'm good enough. I don't need his approval. And definitely, can you just ask me again the questions?
I was just asking what your relationship was like with them as an adult, and whether on your healing journey, like you've included them in that, or if they wanted to be included in that.
Right. Well, today I have to have compassion for me and compassion for my mum, especially. You know, my dad, I understand it was a cultural thing. He's, you know, needing to discipline us, you know, so I understand that, but it's about having compassion and changing the narrative with my children. So my healing has come through becoming the parent that I never had. Yeah, cool.
Candice, we lost you on that was a really good question, Joelle. And beautifully answered, Donna.
Oh, thank you.
Candice, we lost you, but you're back.
Yeah, I'm back. I don't know what happened there. Talking and my screen went blank. I was like, what? Yeah, so I was just saying, firstly, thank you for sharing your story with us. It's a powerful story and with many lessons to learn along the way. And obviously your journey is still continually, and it's not over yet, but you've made great progress. So be proud in who you are today and where you are today. And my question for you was, how did you combat your identity, like not knowing where you stand or who you are?
I think this came through my children, because I didn't want them to grow up with having that crisis of identity. I wanted them to be solid and secure. So for me, it was about making sure that they had positive interactions with Black side of my family, and that I had established friends, people of, I don't like to say people of colour, but my Black friends, like and that they've been to the Caribbean, that the relationships are positive, and it's not negative, and it's okay to be a person mixed. My children are very secure in their knowledge that they're mixed. My daughter, although she's very fair, she understands, like, she won't let someone tell her about herself. She's mixed. It doesn't matter. My kids have, they've got really curly hair and stuff. So, we use the mixed chicks, we use the sheer like stuff, they're very, they understand about, there's a shop called Pax where we live, where you can buy all Black hair products. My kids embrace that part of them, and they're proud. There's so many positive, like, Black stories out there. It's okay today to say, yes, I'm Black and I'm proud, and I have that in me, and my kids, because they see who I am, it makes them happy and secure in who they are and comfortable in their skin.
Thank you. And there was one more I just wanted to ask as well. You mentioned about carrying labels around with you throughout your life. I was wondering if any of those old labels have kind of still attached to you and you're not able to, separate yourself from them and the label that you choose to wear today.
Like I think I mentioned at the end, I'm a thriver. That's the label that I like. I think I still battle with shame and guilt. I try not to let it impede on my parenting, because it has done in the past with my kids, my older boy, feeling guilty about not always being available for him. So that's manifested in ways. But yeah, and sometimes shame, but I'm starting to realize that it's not mine to carry. So I still do therapy. I've done trauma therapy. For me, it's an ongoing journey. I will continue to do self-development. I don't know when that journey will end, but each time I come through another bit of therapy, a bit of self-development, I know myself a little bit better, and it just makes me a better person. And the labels, there's just so many of them, and it's just get rid of them labels.
Thank you.
Yeah, great questions, Candice, and great answer, Donna. It's really powerful. Thank you. Anyone else from the group who would like to ask Donna a question or make a statement?
Yeah, myself.
Go ahead.
You're looking around like you can't see me. Can't you see me? Your brother. I'm
joking. I got my glasses on.
Get glasses, love. I'm joking. So for me, it's not so much a question, Donna. It's just
I am.
You hear me? Yeah.
Me.
For me, Donna, it's not so much a question. It's just a quick thank you, really. Because it's me who brought you forward, you being my friend, to come and do this talk. And again, I want to say I'm really honored that you came and you shared your experience. Because what I knew I'd always get from you, Donna, is honesty. Yeah. And with your honesty, I'm quite confident that everybody in this group who's participated and heard your story can relate to your story. Yeah. There's something that you shared in your story that each one of us can relate to, possibly, I'm suggesting. And if we can relate to that, for me, it's a blessing, because you've given me hope from what I can relate to. Do you understand? And you've given me a reminder that things can get better as time goes on, when you work on self. Do you see? So your story was a message to each individual, I believe, for us to reflect on our own personal journeys and know that things can get better. you shared something specifically about secrets, Donna, how secrets keep you sick. Yeah. And that's such a powerful statement, powerful statement, because as a parent carer, we're gonna come across parents who are keeping secrets and have kept secrets for many, many years that have left them in that place of addiction, depression, you know, self-harming, etc., etc. But with your story, what you shared is that if you're able to work on self, get the support, you know, those secrets no longer exist. So I'm thanking you for that, Donna. Your story was so powerful. And again, there's so many layers to your story. There's so many pathways that could be explored. But again, what you brought today was your honesty, your truth, and the knowledge that, yes, there is support out there for parents and for children if you engage.
And you've got to be open. I mean, it's really difficult if you're so entrenched in, you know, secrets and lies and, you know, not being able to be open and honest, it just impedes the process. You know, I had to trust social services and be open and transparent. They were no longer my enemy, they were helping me. And then I ended up working with them, like, you know, a few years down the line. You know, they're just doing their job. And it's about the children at the end of the day, or the vulnerable adult. But, you know, if you can just learn to let go and open and be transparent, it just makes a big difference.
Amazing. Thank you, Donna. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. That's really powerful. And Donna also, you said something there, Donna. Does anyone else have any questions or statements? I don't want to kind of be the person that's...
Can I say something, please?
Yeah, go ahead, Claire.
Hi. I just want to say that I can identify a lot with what Donna said about the early years. I was often woken up in the night to get beaten up for something I had or hadn't done. And the child guidance thing, where you're terrified to talk because you're so scared of letting something out. And literally backlash of that. And they don't seem to pick up on that, the child guidance people. They just sort of, I don't know, it's strange. I had exactly that. It's like an opportunity, but it's not, because you can't speak. And yeah, I had that. Well done. You've really come a long way. And I can identify the shame as well. Yeah, I have something I experience. Yeah. So you've really done well. Well done.
Thank you.
Thank you, Claire. It's powerful. Is it Keisha? Keisha, go ahead. Take your mic off. Yeah, good.
Hello. Hi all. Hi Donna.
Hi.
I just wanted to say thank you so much for sharing your story. I just found it inspiring, and you being open and honest, it touched me, and I thought it's helped me. It's really helped me. To your situations is a way forward. One thing you did that stood out for me was as a child at school and feeling to be aggressive with friends. I feel like I went through that kind of that same type of phase, not realizing that I was upsetting people. So for you to recognize that in yourself, I think it's just a really strong thing. It's this moniker that we're angry Black women or we're aggressive or whatever, but a lot of the time we don't see ourselves as being abusive and how it does affect everyone else. So just for that part of your story, I definitely resonated with, and I wish you strength on the rest of your journey, and I hope you find peace with yourself. And I pray for you. I will actually pray that the labels that you've attached that are negative, they just leave you, because you're here to do something really great. And you done it here today in the group, and I think it's just the beginning as well for you in touching our parents with your story. So just like thank you. I know that I'm kind of stuttering, but you get the yeah, thanks for sharing. Really helped.
Thank you, Keisha.
Aisha, that was so powerful. Hello, who are you? That was so powerful. Can I ask you, Keisha,
Thank you.
who invited you to the session tonight?
I was invited by Zara.
Okay, lovely to meet you, Keisha, and well done, Zara. That's exactly.
And can I just say, Sharon? Sorry.
No, go ahead, Keisha.
I'm just saying, I feel honoured to be in this group. You know, this is very serious for me, and I feel like this is just where I need to be at this moment. So to be what you're doing, it's a lot for me. I don't take these things lightly. You know, to see everyone here on for once. We're helping each other. I just find it amazing. So I'm honoured to be here and see.
Keisha, I think everybody in the group would say that we're honoured to have you here, because this is exactly what the program is about. You know, for you to come into this space, and you know, none of us really know each other. We can be seen as strangers, and those of us that have worked together over the last few weeks, you know, we're building relationships. But this is exactly, and I love what you said about you feel like you're supposed to be here tonight. So thank you, Keisha. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
And no worries. Anyone else got a question or a statement? We'll have another 5 minutes, and then we'll close the session. I'd like the PCCs to stay behind. Any other comments, thoughts?
I'm just going to say that I spoke to Donna before, but just want to say that what I don't think I said was, Donna, I'm really looking forward to hearing the other layers of your journey, because I think everyone will agree that when we heard you talking, we could tell that you have other layers of the story. You mentioned your son as well. I'm really looking forward.
Is it? Can you all hear Pauline? Or is it only me? Pauline's breaking up.
Is it me breaking up? Okay, I won't talk because I'm in the car and I've got my mobile. It's okay.
Okay, all right, no worries. Thanks, Paul.
Thank you, Pauline.
Powerful. Lydia, did you want to say something? I think you had your hand up, Lydia, just before.
Yeah, hi everyone. Hi, Donna.
Hi, Lydia.
Hi, Donna. Thank you so much for sharing your story. And as most people in the group who's heard my story would know, it's very, very, very similar to the experiences that we've had, obviously, but just in a different generation, I guess, and in a different generational time. But it's really, really powerful. And I got so much power from sharing my story. You know, it's healed me 10 times over, and I managed to get it quite young. You know, I managed to get it at that young time, that young stage, and that was the beneficial part to me. But then when you get a bit older, that support system wasn't really there, and then I had to fight for myself and stuff. And it's just amazing, you know, what you've overcome. It's, you know, I've seen, you know, drug and alcohol issues of my mom, and it was something that she was never able to overcome, but I can understand her journey. And you mentioned all of that within your story, and I just want to say thank you so much. Continue to share your story, continue to like hit people's hearts the way you have today. And I'm so grateful to have Keisha come and join us today and her feel the strength of your story, and also feel some strength from hearing your story. And it's made me cry, because it makes me just feel like we're actually doing something right, and this is us actually. We spoke about this last week, just touching one person's heart, and we've managed to do that with Keisha here, and I'm sure everybody else has attended us today as well. So I'm just overwhelmed by this, and I'm just really grateful for you and Keisha and Cerise and Elbury and everybody else that's joined us today.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I just pray that we can continue to support you all, and we come with completely clean hearts, no judgment. you might see us on the streets before and you might not know us, but genuinely we love you, you know, and we put our all into this to be able to support you all. So thank you again, and thank you so much, Donna.
Thank you, Lydia.
And I pray for you as well. I'm praying.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lydia. That was really powerful. Thank you very much. Okay, Kes, did you have 2 more minutes? Kes, did you want to say something?
I just want to say thank you. When you were speaking today about your journey, it definitely did hit some chords. We all probably touched a few things or combination, but you definitely had a roller coaster. You said something about like being freer and like your children being proud of like them being who they are, and you're like, now you know where the Afro hair shop Pax is and stuff like that. You know, you spoke quite openly about that. And when you said free, it inspired me, and you inspired me today to do a sky jump for my birthday, because I was really worried about doing it with all the bad luck that's going on in the earth. I was like, boy, it's going to be my parachute. That, you understand? But I'm not going to say it, thank you. But I feel like when you said freedom and your kids knew where they come from, just let go. So thank you for inspiring me today. And I'm going to do it on behalf of the PCC group and try and raise some funds for the group to continue. So I'm going to do that on my birthday, 2nd of August. I thank you very much for that, Donna. Thank you. I was writing it down. I was like, you know what? That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to be free. So thank you.
Yes, be free. Thank you, Kes.
That's really powerful. Please don't do it, son.
I'm doing it now. I was doing the same thing.
You would all say the same thing. Tell the truth. We are going.
What's Jenny?
No,
Jenny's like, oh gosh.
Yes, that's so powerful. Thank you so much.
Yeah, deserve to be free, innit?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, with that, again, Donna, on behalf of the Ashe team, the PCCs, and our other guest here tonight, thank you so much. We've got Ellaberry, we've got Keisha, just checking all the names. Have I missed anybody else that's new?
Cerise.
No?
Cerise.
I can't see Cherise. It's not Cherise. Okay,
Cerise.
thank you. Thank you so much for coming. I can see you now, Cherise. Sorry, the screens jump around. We're trusting that
I can't hear you, Cerise.
Cerise. Apologies.
Yeah.
Cerise. I'm trusting that you will join us again. As I said, the webpage is going to be launched on the 5th of April. What I'd like to be able to do at the moment, Cam, and I think what would be useful is if we can, through those that have the PCCs that have invited you, if we send you the links to our web pages, our Instagram, and then also, as I said, the 5th of April, the launch of the website, thanks Cam, in which you'll be able to access the continuous workshops that we're going to do, yeah? And what I'd like to say at this point is remember that everybody's story, everyone has a journey, everyone has a story. So, you know, Donna, again, thank you, because what you did for us tonight was open that channel and that level of communication, which I know it exists within this room. And it's just about helping everybody to know, you know what, maybe I want to tell my story. Maybe I want to tell a part of my story. How can we, as the PCCs, help you with that story? Yeah, okay. So with that, I'm gonna end the session for everyone except for the PCCs, okay? Round of applause for Donna.
Thank you for having me.
Pleasure. Round of applause for all the new people that came tonight. Thank you so much.